Can you all see my screen that says, if you don't wake up in the morning to pick up where you left your work yesterday, you haven't found your calling yet? Can I get a thumbs up on that? Wonderful. Okay, so let's begin. So just as a way of beginning, before we started this session, there is a little pre-work, not pre-work, but some things to have on hand. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. I appreciate that. Just to have on hand is the infographic that goes along with this. If you don't have it, that's okay. You can download it later. But please have some paper, some markers, a rubber band available. And the other thing is try and find a place where you won't be disturbed. And so close the door if you're at the office. Put your phones on mute. Oh my goodness, I have to make sure to do that. So this session is called Creating Your Future. And the way we began this is that Megan was in a session with me this summer as part of her doctoral studies. And this is one of the sessions that she did. And so when she contacted me about this, she said, can you do this session? And I am delighted to do it. So once again, a great quote from Mike Wallace. If you don't wake up in the morning excited to pick up where you left your work yesterday, you haven't found your calling yet. A couple of other wonderful proverb examples from the book of Proverbs, where there is no vision, the people perish. And actually, this is an older version. The original version is, when there is no revelation, the people perish. One of my favorite quotes about visioning and visioning the future is a Godin proverb that says that the poorest person in the world is not the one without money, but the one without vision. Not the one without money, but the one without vision. And so what we're going to do today is your outcome is we're going to create a vision for you about 3 to 5 years into the future that includes your financial aspect of life and some specific steps to move toward that vision. And so here are your learner benefits. You're going to become aware of some of the research in the field of visioning. You're going to learn how to write a vision statement. You're going to relax and rehearse your vision for your future. So if you've had a hectic day so far, this is your chance to breathe in, all right? You're going to develop a map to move toward your magnificent future, and we're going to have some fun. And so as a reminder, if you would just please place your mobile devices on stun. Okay, I just think that's funny. Okay. All right, so here we go. A little bit of the agenda. I'm going to give a little vision background and research. We'll define what a vision is. Then we're going to create or add to your vision for your life. You're going to draw your vision in your current reality. We'll mentally rehearse your vision, and we're going to map your way to your future vision. And you're going to be able to return to this. This is being recorded. Also, the vision map you can use. And I'll also tell you how to get the music and some other aspects of this from my website that you could just download and use for free. All right. So here's the infographic, and we're going to make our way around it. So we're going to start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to go all the way through this infographic in the next 45 to 50 minutes. Okay. A little vision background. I've done visioning work since the early 1980s. I've done personal visioning for my life. I've conducted visioning sessions for hundreds of people over the years. Does anybody have any doubt about the absolute importance of having a vision for your life or your business? Any doubt? Well, if you do, all right, here's some references. Thank you, Sandra, for the smile there, okay? Wonderful book, Seen with the Mind's Eye, Samuels and Samuels, The Power of Vision by Joel Barker, Peak Performance by Garfield, Directing the Movies of Your Mind, and I actually did a piece called Power Think years ago. So there's some references for you that you can take and look into those as you like. But I think by now, we all know the real power of a vision and how that can guide us and move us forward. And a compelling vision can do some amazing things. All right, so what's a vision? Very simply, a vision is a full color picture with sound and smell and feeling of what success will be at a particular time in the future for you. That's all it is. A full color picture with sound and smell and feeling of what success will be for you at a particular time for you in the future. Okay, so let's make that happen. So I'm going to read you about 6 questions. And these questions are designed to help you to discover your vision. I'd like to have you respond to those on a sheet of paper. And here's the deal about this sheet of paper. Do not make a promise to yourself. Do not share this sheet of paper with anyone. Don't share it with your partner, with your husband, with your wife, with your kids. The reason why I want you to do this is I want you to be completely honest. I don't want you to judge. I don't want you to think that somebody's going to evaluate you. So I'm going to read these questions to you. I just want you to respond to them. Whatever comes to mind, jot it down. Don't write down the question because the questions are on your little, your infographic. All right, so I'll put a little music on. So relax, here we go. First question I'd like you to respond to is, what are some of the things you've done lately that you'd like to do better? What are some things you've done lately that you'd like to do better? Just write them down. Next question I'd like you to respond to is, what do you wish worked better? What do you wish worked better? Many of our goals, our visions, and dreams in our lives are associated with other people. So, who has been on your mind lately? Who has been on your mind? What are their names? Or if you want to trick yourself, we can just use their initials. But who's been on your mind lately? A couple more questions. Why? Why have those folks been on your mind lately? What's your concern or opportunity associated with the people that have been on your mind lately? Why have those people been on your mind lately? What's your concern or opportunity associated with the people that have been on your mind lately? One of the nice things about creativity and imagination is that you can move through time. So I'd like you to imagine it's February 22nd, 2023. What are some goals, some dreams, some visions you'd like to create or begin on between now and 1 year from today? What are some goals, some dreams, some visions you'd like to create or begin on between now and 1 year from today? All right. This one is going to stretch you a little bit. So I've just given each one of you a magic wand, and any wishes in relation to any aspects of your life can come true. What might some of those ideal goals or some of those ideal wishes be? And by the way, you get more than three. Right? Just giving each one of you a magic wand, and any wishes in relation to any aspects of your life can come true. What might some of those ideal goals or some of those ideal wishes be? Go ahead, write them down. Okay. So we've just completed the first phase of your infographic here, which is to ask some questions. And there's a few more questions on the infographic, but here they are. This is the question we just went through. So these were the ones that I asked you to respond to. So let's take it a step further. I'd like you to do this and we're going to practice today. And you can do this, the tools you're going to get here, you can use all the time. So this is your beginning into this if you haven't been working with this before. So I'd like you to look through your list of items that you wrote down, and I'd like you to select a vision that we're going to practice on today. And it can be one or two or a combination of the items that you wrote down. It should be compelling. It should be exciting. It should be something you should be willing to work for. Your vision should stretch you. And also, some people say when they look over the page that the vision just sparkles at you, just jumps off the page. So look through your list that you've written down and select one or two or a combination of your visions that are compelling, exciting, something you'd be willing to work for. Your vision should stretch you. It should sparkle at you or even jump off the page at you. It should give you energy. Excuse me. And when you found that, please rewrite your vision beginning with the words I am, or I have, or I do, not I am going to, in the first person present tense, as if you'd already accomplished that vision. Now your brain says, well, you haven't accomplished that yet. Well, we're going to play a few tricks on your brain here this afternoon. So rewrite it in the first person present tense beginning with the words I am, or I have, or I do, not I'm going to. I'll give you a little bit of time to do that. Okay, as you're finishing up, we're going to just check your vision here just a little bit. So I've got 4 criteria I want you to keep in mind. So as you're looking for it through your vision, make sure that feels good in your gut, okay? It should have a positive, uplifting feeling. It's something that you want to run toward instead of run away from. You're moving toward it. And it's okay if it's a little scary or a little daunting, that's okay, but it should feel good inside of you. And you want to be moving toward it instead of not running from it. So people will say, well, that for example, we used to use this with smoking stuff, and they say, well, I'm not smoking. Well, that's a vision that you're moving away from. So the better vision would be something like my lungs are clean and pure and I'm healthy. So just playing with that. Make sure it feels good in your gut. Okay. Next, make sure that you can take personal responsibility for your vision, not for somebody else or for someone to change their behavior for yourself. They have their own vision that they want to create. If you're imaging a relationship that you want to create, don't image a specific person, image the qualities of that relationship. Now, if your vision doesn't feel good in your gut, if you can't take personal responsibility for your vision, go back and pick another one for today. Next one, desire. Do you have a true desire to have or create that which you've chosen to vision? You should have a clear, strong feeling of purpose. Ask yourself, do I truly, in my heart, desire this goal to be realized? If you don't desire the goal to be realized, go back to your list and pick another one. So we've got feels good in your gut, okay? Personal responsibility, desire. This one, belief. Now, I want you to temper this one just a little bit. The more you believe in your chosen goal and the possibility of attaining it, the more you'll be able to do so. Ask yourself, do I believe that this goal can exist? And do I believe that it's possible for me to realize or to attain it? Now, here's the deal. This is the least important criteria, the belief thing, because oftentimes people will say, well, I have a real desire to do this. This really feels good in my gut. I really want to make this happen. Okay. I really want to I can take some personal responsibility for it, but I'm not sure if I can believe I can do this. All right. Don't worry about that, because oftentimes we limit ourselves to that. So the more you believe it, the possibility of attaining it, the more you will likely be to do so. But that's the least important criteria that we have. This is an important criteria, though. Acceptance. Acceptance. You must be willing to accept and have that which you are seeking. Sometimes we pursue goals without actually wanting to attain them. We're much more comfortable with the process of pursuing. Ask yourself, am I really willing to have this completely? If I could have it now, would I take it? So now so if you don't truly accept your goal or your vision, go back and pick another one. So here's what we have. Your goals should feel good in your gut. Your vision should feel good in your gut. You can take personal responsibility for it. Your actions can make some change. You have a desire to do it. You believe it's possible, although that's the least important, and you're willing to accept it. All these together become what we call intention. And when you have intention around something, you can't fail to manifest that and make it happen. Now, here's another few things I'd like you to do. I'd like you to check your vision, because we're going to image it in a little bit. We're going to build it out here in a little bit. So make sure that it's phrased in the present, not in the future. I am, I have. Make sure that it's phrased in a positive way, what you want to create, what you want to move toward. Make sure it's phrased relatively simply, that you kind of have a vague picture of it or something. Be sure that it's creating something new, and make sure that it's something that you really want. Now, here's the interesting thing about visioning. One of my students, Marjorie Parker, and her colleague, Anna Poole, wrote a wonderful book, Creating Futures That Matter Today. And she did a lot of work with organizations, particularly in Norway and Sweden. And here's the deal about this. Our images of the future exist in the present right now within our minds. If these images are aligned with our values, then they will engage both our emotions and our intellect and create with us an urge to act. So that vision is in your mind already. It exists in the present. You just have to get the rest to catch up to it. All right. So let me tell you a story about this. A number of years ago, I was doing a similar workshop to this, something that Megan was in. At the beginning of these sessions, we always ask people to pick a goal or a wish or a challenge that they'd like to make happen, they'd like to work on. And back in 2018, I was preparing a revision of this. And I came across a list of goals and dreams and visions that I'd written about back in 2011. And the thing is, folks, I'd put this away. I just kind of used them as an example and said, that would be great. I put it away. And I kind of forgot about it. And then when I came back to it, I about fell off my chair because all of these, except one, have been realized. So let's see. Let's take a look here. Situations that I would vision, okay? I'd like to travel less and make more money. I was traveling on the road. I was doing a lot of consulting and speaking. I'd like to travel less and make comparable money. Yeah, that'd be great. I'd like to lose 20 pounds and be more fit. I want to spend time with my daughter. My daughter was about 15 at the time. I wish I could figure out the next 5 years of my professional life. I want to ensure a healthy financial future. I want to spend more time on the farm in Colorado. I grew up on a farm in Colorado, and my mom and my sister are back there. Now, here's the realization, folks. When I pulled this out 7 years later, and I didn't consciously work on any of this stuff, every single thing on that has happened except for one thing. And that one thing is I've not lost that 20 pounds yet. All right, but I'm working on it. All right. But that's the extraordinary thing about this. What you might find is you're going to say, hey, this was a great thing at FinFest. I did this great session with Dr. Firestein. I put these away. You might come across this 4, 5, 6, 7 years later and look at this list and go, oh my goodness. Everything on here has come to pass except for a couple of things. And then the things that didn't come to pass probably weren't that important anyway. That's how powerful just writing down these visions are. And I'll talk with you later on about how you can work on multiple visions. Okay, so let's just check here. So you've written out your vision beginning with the words I am, not I'm going to. So now I'd like you to take a few minutes, and I'll put some music back on. I'd like you to describe your vision in the present tense, not in the future. Describe your vision as if you were living it now. And let me give you a hint for this. Describe your ideal day. When you're living your vision, what is your ideal day like? So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes and just jot down, what is your world like now that you're living your vision? What's your ideal day like now that you're living that vision? Go ahead, jot it down. Okay. And so just to let you know where you're at on your infographic, you've already moved all around here to step 5. So you've describing your vision. And in a minute, we're going to storyboard your vision, and then we're going to rehearse it. But if you want to get your rubber bands out, this is the action exercise stage of the program. And I'd like you to consider this. This is called the creative tension model, and it's based on the work of Robert Fritz. And so if we hold the rubber bands like this up here, and this is your vision, okay? And down here is your current reality, what's going on right now in relation to your vision. In Fritz's model, what moves us toward that vision is choice, okay? So every day you have a choice, either to move into the direction of your vision, and the tension is released, this is reduced this way, or you can choose to move in the direction of your current reality, and the tension is reduced this way. Here's the deal, folks. You need both vision and current reality, because a vision without current reality is an idle daydream. There's no power to it. Current reality without a vision is dangerous. You're not going anywhere. You need both. So in this imagery experience, I'm going to ask you to hold your current reality and your vision in your mind at the same time and experience that tension pulling you toward your vision. Okay. Robert Fritz, in his book, The Path of Least Resistance, says, if you limit your choices to only what seems possible or reasonable, you disconnect yourself from what you truly want, and all that's left is a compromise. That's why limiting yourself to just what you believe is possible, that could limit you to a compromise. All right. Now, here's where we're going to play some more. So if you would, please get out that sheet of paper, and would you get a sheet of paper and divide it in 6 blocks? And this will actually carry on after the seminar. We're going to get you everything you need. And the first thing I'd like you to do, and label those blocks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By the way, drawing ability does not count on this, all right? First thing, take a minute or two in block 6 to draw your vision and use some color and stuff. And because we have about a half an hour or so left, we'll just get started on this, and then you can build this in later. So draw your vision in block 6, and then in block 1, draw your current reality, and leave the other 4 boxes blank, because we're going to fill those up after we come back from our imagery experience. So I'll give you a couple minutes. Vision first in block 6. Drawing ability does not count. Current reality in block 1. Leave the other 4 blocks blank. Okay. This is something that you can return to later, because you have all the instructions here on your infographic. But we're going to move into the imagery session next. And so if you're comfortable, just turn on your camera. You don't have to turn on your sound if you don't have your camera on already. I just want to keep an eye on you. So what's going to happen is we're going to go through relaxation exercise first. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have you rehearse your vision. Thank you, Deborah. And Megan, if you could just check the audio on this, just give me a thumbs up when the audio comes through. I would appreciate that. All right. So let's begin first by just making yourself comfortable. Just get yourself into your chair, and let your chair support you. Put your feet flat on the floor. Take a couple of nice relaxing breaths. And if you're comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. That works the best for me. What we're going to do is we're going to go through just a structured relaxation exercise. We're going to have you image your vision, and then we're going to come back from that. And this is about 15 minutes. And so this is your chance to take that time to make this really special for you to go ahead and image that future. So if you're comfortable, please relax, just make yourself comfortable. Just close your eyes. And here we go. We begin relaxation by focusing in on our breathing. So I'd like you to just take a moment to notice your breathing. Don't try to change it or modify it. Just notice it. And now I'd like you to enhance your breathing. I'd like you to take a deep, luxurious, relaxing breath and hold it and let it go. And another deep breath and hold it and let it go. And with each breath you take, experience yourself becoming more and more relaxed. The most important thing you can be doing right now is relaxing. And I'd like you to focus on different muscles in your body. And I'd like you to begin by focusing in on your feet. And just let go in your feet. Let go. And let go in your ankles. Let go. Let go in your calves. Let go. You know, all of us carry our tension in our bodies in different ways, and some of us actually carry our tension in our calves. So I'd like you to take a special moment now to just let go in your calves. Let go once, and let go a second time. Move up now and let go in the muscles around your knees. And let go in your thighs. And let go in your glute muscles. And I'd like you to imagine that you've just settled the lower half of your body into a nice, warm, luxurious, relaxing bath. Just let it go. The most important thing you can be doing right now is relaxing. Your lower back. I'd like you to take a moment now to just focus in on your lower back and let go in your lower back. And I'd like you to imagine you've settled even further now into that nice, warm, luxurious, relaxing bath. Just let it go. And move up your spine now and let go in the muscles associated with your spine. Let go in your shoulder blades. And notice your shoulders. Let go in your shoulders. And now I'd like you to imagine that whatever tension that you might have in your shoulders is flowing down through your upper arms, to your forearms, to your wrists, to your hands, to your fingers, to your fingertips, and out and away from your body. Just let it go. The most important thing you can be doing right now is relaxing. And I'd like you to imagine that you've settled even deeper now into that nice, warm, luxurious, relaxing bath. Just let it go. And focus it on your neck, your neck. And if you'd like, just very gently, very slowly, and just very lovingly, just turn your head from side to side and just let go in those muscles in your neck. Just let go. The most important thing you can be doing right now is relaxing. And now focus it on your forehead. I'd like you to notice your forehead. Is your forehead furrowed like the waves on a stormy ocean? If it is, just let go in your forehead. And I'd like you to imagine that your forehead is as smooth as the surface of a calm, cool, clear, blue mountain lake. Just let it go. And let go in your facial muscles. And let go in the muscles around your eyes. And now I'd like you to notice your tongue, your tongue. Is it pressed tightly up against the roof of your mouth? If it is, just let go in your tongue. And just let your tongue gently fall to the floor of your mouth. And as you do that, just let your jaw drop. Because the most important thing you can be doing right now is relaxing. Just let it go. And continue to just breathe deeply now and relax. And I'd like you now to focus on your vision. That beautiful, ideal, sparkling vision that you've just written about. Imagine that you're actually living your vision. Imagine living your vision in as much detail as you possibly can. What are you doing? What are you experiencing? Where are you? Wherever you are, look around. Touch the ground or the floor or the walls. Smell the air. In every way, you are living your wonderful, amazing vision. What are you feeling? What are you doing? Look around you for a moment. Who's with you? Are you sharing your vision with friends, co-workers, companions, a very special person? Or are you quietly celebrating living your vision deep inside of you? notice what you're feeling now that you're living this wonderful vision. Experience the strength, the confidence, the clear-headed feeling that you possess as a result of living your magnificent vision. Now, go through your day, your ideal day, living your vision. Experience your ideal day doing, living, growing, loving, as you are living your vision. You're it. Experience the joy, the contentment, the excitement as you live your vision. Now, from your point of living your vision, I'd like you to look back to your current reality. And imagine now that you can project your vision and your current reality on a huge movie screen in your mind. So now, project your vision on that screen. Make it big and make it bright. Now let's fade out your vision. And now project your current reality on that screen. Notice all the details of your current reality. And now I'd like you to imagine that you can divide that huge movie screen in half. On the top of the screen, project your vision. And on the bottom half of the screen, project your current reality. Now feel the tension that is moving you toward your vision. And now I'd like you to just flood that movie screen with your magnificent vision and notice all of the details of your vision. What does it look like? What does it smell like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? Bask in your vision. You've done much and you've traveled far in a matter of seconds. And now, using the power of your mind, transport yourself back here, to this time, to this place, to this body. Bring the image of living your vision with you. And now, experience yourself back here, in this place, feeling relaxed, refreshed, and comfortable. And realizing that the mind comes back quicker than the body, I'd like you to take a few moments to just gently wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, turn your head gently from side to side. Take some refreshing breaths. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Welcome back. Megan, is my sound coming through? Good, sound-wise?
Absolutely. Excellent.
Great. Good. Boy, was that nice, huh? I used to, Sandra's like, yeah, I'm digging that. But wonderful, middle of the day. Yeah. All right, beautiful. So it's interesting because I just recorded this in the last year or so because we're doing so many of these online things. That's just so lovely. And so I get to do this experience too. It's like, oh yeah, it's nice. All right. Well, let's take it just a little bit further here. Okay. We begin. Yep. So I'd like you to do this. I'm going to give you just a couple minutes here just to kind of recap your imagery experience. Just write it down, describe it in the present tense, and then I'm going to walk you through a little exercise designed to help you to build your vision map, and then we'll finish up here in about 10 minutes. So, and I will be at the chat with folks. So if you have further questions to ask, I'd be happy to answer them. So just take about a minute or so and just describe now what you experienced in your visioning session, write it down, capture some of the feelings that you had from that, and then we'll come back and we're going to do just one more activity so that you can take this further. Go ahead. Okay. So on our infographic here, we're rolling into the final stretch here on steps 7 and 8. So I'm going to go through this rather quickly because you can go back to this later. And but I'm going to ask you a question 6 times, and I want you to just write down your immediate response. And then we'll go back and build this into your vision map. So in relation to your vision, I'd like you to ask your question, what's stopping you? So this activity is called What's Stopping You? What else is stopping you? So in relation to your vision, what is stopping you from accomplishing your vision? Write it down. We're going to move kind of quick on this. Next question. In relation to your vision, what else is stopping you from accomplishing your vision? In relation to your vision and your current reality, what else is stopping you from accomplishing your vision? Two more questions. In relation to your vision, what else is stopping you from accomplishing your vision? Write down your answer. Another time, what else is stopping you from accomplishing your vision? Last time, what else is stopping you from accomplishing your vision? And if you're following along in your infographic, you've just done step 7. Now we're going to build that vision map. And so here's how it works. And I'm going to actually give this to you so you can take this with you and use this afterwards. You can build it at your leisure when we're done with this session today. So I want you to review your responses to the what's stopping you question. Select the 4 most important items that are stopping you, and then generate some actions to overcome what's stopping you, and then fill in the remaining 4 boxes with actions to move you toward your vision. So here's an example. This is kind of an example that we got from one of our books. The problem was this person wanted more family time, but she was overloaded with work. So what she did was she analyzed her job, she delegated, she measured her time, she practiced, and she got some family time. Here's one of my favorites, and this is one of my students, Mary Bennett. And so here's her vision of what she wanted to create. And this is wonderfully. So she wanted to be in the morning, driving into work, happy, relaxed with her daughter in the back singing, having a cup of coffee at 7:45 in the morning. Everything was ready to go. That was her vision. But her current reality was this. It was 7:10. She was running. She was just dashing in the car. And so the things were getting in the way so what she did was she decided to go to bed at 10 o'clock, get up at 5:30 when her husband got up the night before, have everything ready together, coffee, lunches, stuff, and then ask for help in bed no later than 10:30. Lady had her clothes for a week. So there it is. It can be, and this is a wonderful example of that. I love it. So you can actually work on multiple visions at the same time. And this is a technique called cycling. And it's invented by my friend, Dr. William Bankston. And what Bill recommends that you do is that, and I actually do this, is that you create a short description of your vision. And here's a short description of some of mine. One of those is playing music more. And draw a picture that represents your vision. And then just every day, you just have to look it over. That's all you have to do. You just have to look it over. Because like what we talked about earlier, just by writing this stuff down, there is such power for it, as I mentioned earlier. All right, so let me close, and then I will turn it over to Megan, and then I'll meet you in the lobby to chat with other speakers. So here's a few things to keep in mind. Vision is not enough. It must be combined with venture. It is not enough to stare up the steps. We also must step up the steps. And if you want this, if you go to my website, we have the imagery session now on the website. We have the music on the website. We have an original version of this called Power Think that I recorded back in the late 80s, not digitally remastered. So you get wonderful tape hits. You can download that as well. And just go to rogerfirestein.com/media. So a few things to keep in mind as we're ending today. To accomplish great things, you must not only act, but also dream. Not only plan, but also believe. For every obstacle, there is a solution. The greatest mistake is giving up. Hazy goals produce hazy results. Clearly define your goals, make a plan for achieving them, set a deadline, visualize the results, and go after them. Just don't look back unless you want to go that way. So it's been a pleasure working with you today. As Megan mentioned, I have some books out, Creating a Flash. Some of you will be receiving that in your swag bag. We have a link to get that. Also, my first book, we've re-released that. Why didn't I think of that? Is also available. Some of the videos that we're working with now are on the Open Sesame online learning platform, if you'd like to take a look at those. And just for more resources and lots of goodies, most of them that are free. Megan's smiling because she's used that. Just go over to rogerfirestein.com. There's a whole online course there on how to facilitate the creative process. And this program is also there as well with the music. So, and you can also download the infographic again if you'd like. So thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'll hang around and be in the speaker's lounge with them. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you. Thank you.